Welcome back to Bronze League Heroes! In the top right, can you believe it's a Terran versus Terran? I can't believe it. In the top right, the red Terran player. He's fresh. He's melon. It's fresh melon. And in the bottom left, not quite melon related, and depending on how you spell it, also adding on a bunch of supply depots, the blue Terran player. It is Jin. And we have a battle for the ages on World of Sleepers. And now, while we might ask at some point, are these players asleep? No. They're just very concentrated. Well, there's a non-zero chance that sometimes in Bronze League Heroes players do fall asleep. I have yet to confirm it. It does feel like sometimes they take a short nap, but for now, we're going to have to analyze these top-tier openers. Jin making sure to wall off. That way no SCV scouts can scout anything but the two barracks he's built conveniently at the top of his ramp. Whereas Fresh Melon, a little bit of a more conventional walling tactic, throwing the barracks in. A tech lab. Things already getting spiked. No, not a tech lab. Okay, some push-ups, you know, like, gotta get your exercise in, okay? And now recovery period. Do one rep. I mean, you know how much barracks weighs, right? Like, and now we're gonna build a Reaper. Okay, there's a non-zero chance he hasn't played since Wings of Liberty. In Wings of Liberty, you did require a tech lab to build a Reaper. That SCV trying to get in, but Jin has preempted it with the triple depot wall. The SCV gonna have to go around. I think he's realized something's gone wrong. We will see at the top of the ramp. Oh no. The SCV, what a reaction time, by the way. Top tier on a Fresh Melon. He's fresh for a reason. Also expanding. A nice quick expansion on the low ground, on location, at his natural. What an aspiring individual. He's got ambition. He's got minerals. He's got more minerals than ambition, but there is ambition indeed. And now there's a Reaper, which is suffering from the same issues of the SCV, but we're going to go to the Fresh Melon action cam. No, we lost him! Oh, wait. No, we lost Jin. Too much Jin for Jin. He's going to get another command center. He's got more CCs than a annoying corporate email. He's spending his money. Got to give him some credit there, right? The Reaper has been chilling, but he's focusing on the macro. And that's what's important. More shit counters less shit. A great man once said that. Forget who it was. But he sounds like a smart guy. Oh no. But the Reaper going in. Microing its way past. Oh, the Marines. So close. Dodges to the left, to the right. He thinks he can get out there, and it kind of looks like you should be able to get out. But the Reaper can jump high, but it cannot jump far. Meanwhile, the 4 Marine assault is on the way. Attack move utilized. SCV gunned down mercilessly. The Marines, well coordinated, marching in step. Are there any units? So for Fresh Melon, he's got a big issue here. He has no units, which, when you've gone for 3 command centers, kind of makes sense. He sees the SCVs on the low ground. He says, hey, let's go big or let's go home. Or maybe let's go to the natural. Who knows where we're going next? But now it's 3 Marines versus 4. Gunning down SCVs. The target fire is not... I mean... Well, they are picking targets, and they are firing at them on both sides. That's the target fire. Oh, but what? Oh! He gets... Wait, that SCV left out to dry. Come on, get in! What a save! beautiful utilization of that command center. Like, essentially, like, you could have a bunker for the SCVs, or if your SCVs will accept nothing less than the best, you can get yourself a command center instead. Fits 5 SCVs, 10 if you get building/Neosteel armor, which is not off the table. Now, Fresh Melon, he smells something rotten, and he would know. He's going to make sure high-sec auto-tracking on the way. He's going to make sure no more Marines will come up this ramp. A Planetary waiting to greet them. But an orbital command on the low ground, which is an interesting choice. 2 more SCVs being sent out for the ritual sacrifice as Jin escalates the attack. Oh, the SCVs tried to escape, but caught. But the Planetary blasting through. You shall not pass. The Planetary slaughters 6 Marines. The infantrymen gun down the rest. Jin has now lost 16 Marines. I don't think that will be the end of it, but he's obviously been inspired. He himself, Jin has picked himself up an engineering bay. Well, not really picked up. This isn't Brood War. The engineering bays can't fly because that technology was lost during the war. But he's been inspired by that. So the beauty of Bronze League heroes and just StarCraft in general is especially in mirror matchups. The 2 massive splits between the players. Like, they're too big up. That's a pretty good strategy right there with that Planetary Fortress. That's some good fortress. Good shit, right? Okay, calm down. And he confirms, yes, indeed, it is a Planetary Fortress. With that scan, very important to make sure that Planetary doesn't sneak away. I legitimately don't know. His caps lock key, either he held down the shift key, but based on how he's playing, I don't think he has a shift key. So the Reapers make their way in. But the 2 types of players we have in mirror matchups are the players who, 1, see what their opponent is doing, are like, huh, I could do that. And then 2, like, well, now that he's made battlecruisers, I cannot make battlecruisers. I must make any other units. Like it's a pick ban phase of a match or something. It seems this time, though, Jin, based on his quote, "That's pretty good strategy with the Planetary Fortress." I'm sorry, that was my mistake. The Planetary Fortress, not the Planetary Fortress. Even more dangerous, especially to biological units. Now, the Reaper exchanges. They're both... Neither has discovered the ancient starport tech, but they've gotten close, because Reapers do have jetpacks, which is essentially like flying. It's like the Wright brothers of Terran Air. Like, the Wright brothers didn't get very far, but I guess you could technically call it flying. And they did. And then eventually, yada yada yada, battlecruisers. A few short technological steps later. Meanwhile, the boys are being chased, but Jin, with some top-tier Reaper micro, he will not be stopped. Not by this Planetary. Not... Oh my god. Those are some badly bruised Marines as well. That Reaper is just slaughtering. This is a MOBA game now. Oh my god, is he gonna get out? What a hero! Oh my...
You're the last one. Complete the mission.
You can do it. What a guy. Now, Jin might have enough minerals for about 40 more Reapers, but this is his hero. Meanwhile, Fresh Melon, obviously a big fan of Planetaries, as his PFPM or his CCPM or his CCPFPM, his Command Center Planetary Fortress per minute skyrockets. He's bordering over 1 Command Center per minute at this point. We have already 5 on the field, and there are 4 being produced. So we're about to have more than 1 CCPM, which is approaching world record territory. I don't think I've seen this many CCs per minute since Bomber played a macro game. Oh, here come the Marines, but little do they know.
Surprise, motherfucker.
High-sec auto-tracking. The concave of Planetaries. Blasts him apart, but this was all a decoy. As the Reapers just aiming for the weak points, it looks like the Marine was trying to help. He was a collaborator. Meanwhile, the Reaper's at the back. Wait, where is the hero? It's unclear. They gotta get up close and personal. Oh. It appears Fresh Melon puts together enough loyal... Oh. Fresh Melon is, if you got a strategy that works, you really gotta... If your strategy works, if it ain't broke... Meanwhile, a scan confirming yes, those were indeed Planetaries. There will be no Reaper flanks. I'm excited for when one of these players stumbles across starport tech, but I think we're still a long way off. The supply is still somehow nearly even. It's been 11 minutes. There's been over 11 command centers out of Fresh Melon. Jin has yet to build any. So a pretty significant disparity in that count. But he's got siege tanks on the way. This SCV has a lot of work cut out for it. But he has job security, if not personal security. The Planetaries, the triple Planetary. He's got a Planetary protecting the main. This SCV also gonna be protecting. A scan. Wait, who's... Yep. He scans to make sure the Planetaries have not tried to sneak across. Planetaries are kind of like glaciers. They can sneak up on you if you give them somewhere between 30 minutes and 30 years. More command centers on the way. +1 attack and combat shields for Fresh Melon. Meanwhile, Jin is putting together a tank push. He's also going for... Well, he's going to get Stim. Right now, high-sec auto-tracking, Neo-Steel armor, as well as Stim are the upgrades for Fresh Melon. I mean, right, exactly what you want to see in those first 12 minutes. Whereas for Jin, he's finally decided maybe I need to tech up a little bit. He's going to get Stim. He's going to get Combat Shield. Did those Planetaries get away? Nope, he's checking in the main, but little does he know about the perimeter Planetaries. That could be a massive surprise the next time he decides to jump up Reapers. This is some interesting mining. Fresh Melon has 59 workers, which is marginally more than the 15 of Jin, which does give him, of course, enough income to keep pumping out those Planetary fortresses. All right. Jin out. Well, tanks... Even despite the high-sec auto-tracking, tanks can outrange the Planetaries. The Planetaries, I'm sorry. Is that what I think it is? Jin is looking to exploit possibly the most major design flaw in the history of Terran. Planetaries cannot shoot up. Jin has done the math. He's put it all together. And he's finally taking to the skies. He's got several Banshees ready. On the way, he's going to expand. Right now, there are 15 bases for Fresh Melon, as this SCV, his life's work will continue. The TPM begins to raise. It looks like there's only one SCV who's gone back. He's gone back to the engineering bay. He got his degree, and now he's allowed to build turrets. Just like, well, obviously he had to go play some PlanetSide because he had to get his certifications to unlock those turrets, and he's the only one allowed to place them. Meanwhile, Jin builds his army slowly. But surely. There has yet to be words or bullets or attacks exchanged for 5 or 6 minutes now, ever since the planetary concave. Fresh Melon doing a pretty solid job of building up. He's building more turrets. The TPM continues to raise as he now has 12 planetaries and 12 turrets. He's decided he has his purpose in life. The greatest offense is a very slow-moving defense. Technically, you can... Okay, you actually can't win the game with planetaries and turrets, because there are spaces on the map where buildings can fly and force a draw. But... let's hope, or maybe not hope, it doesn't come to that. And I confused myself. What does that even mean? No, let's hope it comes to that. Moving on. But you get it. You got it. Everybody got it. Meanwhile, the Reaper hit squad on the way. I'm sure these Reapers are gonna. Oh, there's a scan. I don't. Who's scanning who? Wait, I don't. I really don't know. Did he just scan ahead of the Reapers? Okay, that planet. Oh, meanwhile, the planetary. He tries to out micro the planetary. It doesn't work out. It does. It's not great. So planetaries with range are, well, they outrange Reapers. Let's put it that way. But the Banshees are in flight. Unfortunately, there are already 3 turrets online. I think the Banshees can kill them, unless he tries to out-micro the turrets. Oh no. Okay, well, he does make it behind, and he will be able to... Well, he eventually gets past him. He's got to be careful. The planetary can't shoot back, which is a major design flaw. Those 3 Banshees, though, the SCVs are going to try to build enough turrets to outdo the Banshees. And remember, they have building armor. I don't know if it applies while building, though. I actually don't know that. I should. Meanwhile, 1 SCV is repairing. If enough SCVs build turrets, the Banshees will run out of ammunition. That's not true. But, oh no, there's so many turrets. What's the TPM? 35. We're at over 2 TPM and skyrocketing. The planetary, though, a whole bunch of Marines. But the SCVs are slowly repairing the planetary. That planetary on its own could take all this out, but he's slaughtering SCVs. And if he kills 70 more, then it could be a devastating blow to the economy. The planetary, where the SCVs that are repairing are being stopped, but the planetary is just not taking very much damage here. Oh god, 19, 21, 22. Unfortunately, Marines, not the hardest of counters to armored planetaries with high-sec auto-tracking. The Marines will look for another angle. No planetaries in the center. Fresh Melon has 6,000 minerals, 5,000 gas, and he's panicking. He's trying to figure out what to do. That planetary comes in from the side. Meanwhile, oh, he's not repairing. Fresh Melon doesn't have any units. He has 10 Marines. Who knows where they are? I don't even think these Marines can kill the planetary before it finishes. But the SCVs are out repairing the Banshees in an awkward exchange. Dun 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 dun. Oh god, the double play! And the turrets are coming up. 4 SCVs versus SC. It's like an ant colony. The turret finishes. And where are you gonna go? There's nowhere to run, nowhere to fly. There's 44 turrets. So, Jin now has... Well... He's trying to get out of his base with his Marines. Unfortunately, he's kind of walled his own units in. At this point, I think he's been in... These SCVs, like a father-son team, just going to be very ready to raise the TPM even... Wow. Starting off with a command center. Oh, looks like they bring in a few of the cousins as well. It's like an Amish situation. I don't know why it's like an Amish situation. Meanwhile, scans. Yes, those are indeed still planetaries. A Venn dia scan confirms, yes, there are turrets there. Okay, and then we just need... Well, wait, what? Okay, I don't know where... Wait, I don't know who's scanning, and I have no idea... Like, he scans this base. This base is actually pretty vulnerable. Will that inspire an attack out of Jin, who's struggling to keep himself above 1 action per second on average? Fresh Melon a little bit higher up. 14 turrets at a time! The TPM continues. It reached, like, these turrets per minute are reaching medieval proportions right now. He has, I don't know, however many are queued up in some weird limbo as the SCVs just, like, fucking contractors, right? Why don't you just have 8 SCVs build 8 turrets at a time instead of 2 SCVs building 4 turrets in succession? It's like, well, logistics and overhead, and like you really got to think about the coefficient of the materials when compared with... Okay, shut up, nobody cares. It's like, in the Union, of course. Jin is on the attack. There's only the one planetary here. And now, finally. I don't know who's scanning who. He scans the main. I'm not entirely sure what he expects to come from the main. But the tanks... Okay. Well... The Planetary blasting through, but... The tanks doing what tanks do best. The Planetary can actually hit the tanks, but the tanks hit a lot harder. And finally, Jin makes some progress. There are now 23 command centers and 69 turrets on the map, which is a pretty nice TPM indeed. So not everyone survives here. The tanks will siege, and Jin has finally made some headway. Oh my god. Fresh Melon doesn't have that much in the bank, and by that I mean he's building 15 command centers, so there is, and that would be why. Command and Conquer, right? Remastered. Jin's forces are starting, like, they don't know how long of a road they have ahead of them. The tanks will siege. Still no units out of Fresh Melon, who has resigned himself to construct his way out of this one. This SCV is not getting hazard pay, though it should. Oh. And it definitely didn't have a life insurance policy. Jin is making progress! Now the question remains. Can Fresh Melon construct more command centers more quickly than Jin can destroy? And I think the answer is an overwhelming yes. The boys! Oh my god, the tanks kill several of the infantry left over. There's orbitals on the way, which is an interesting choice. Jin has skyrocketed up to 24 SCVs, a personal best. The tanks Waiting. The SCVs are fighting! The boys are trying to hold! They should. Like, he's just rallying SCVs at the tanks! The boys! Wave after wave! The one planetary goes down, but the boys are closing the distance! If they actually close the distance, they can kill the tanks now. Oh, the boys are trying to fight. The tanks in a tower defense game! Are there enough planetaries to stop this? Oh no, the SCVs are popping out. If he sieges up again, it could be a disaster! The boys! Oh god! The boys are... Ah! They're on the road! The boys are swarming! They can't run! They must feed! But another... The Marines attacked also. How many kills on this planetary? 15! The boy! He's murdering all the units. SCVs, planetaries, and turrets. Fresh Melon is up to 101 SCVs. The command center count is, yeah, I mean, I don't know what you expected. Jin remains undeterred as he builds up. Well, he's gonna, he scan, I don't know, whose scan is this? Okay, the scan wars, the counter scans have begun. Oh, the mule drop! He's gonna find out all his minerals! And Fresh Melon now has no APM. It doesn't, like, once you mine the minerals, they don't come back. He's continuing to drop the mule hammer. Jin, I mean, he has money in the bank, but each of these carries like 20, what is it, 25 minerals off? Alright. So not only is he mining out his bases, he will also mine out his opponents. The mules made it somewhat home. The Banshee's going to work. That's cool! Yes, and I do have my suspicions now that Fresh Melon might not be as bronze as he claims, whereas Jin, I think, is the realest of deals. Jin is oh my, Jin, he found an area without turrets, but not forever. We're gonna speed things along and just follow the story. With ×4 speed. There are now 43. There are 100 turrets, 43 command centers. Jin now has is long distance mining because he has a planetary here. Oh my god. What is the unit count? The Planetary will save the day. The mules drawing friendly fire in. The SCVs are pulled. Jin will never give up. He will never surrender. Even if he's pushed back all the way to his main. Is that... Okay, it's not an SCV drop. I'm not sure what he plans. This medevac, Jin, the real hero here.
You're the last one. Complete the mission.
I've gotta say, you gotta give respect and credit to Jin. Now, if this makes it to YouTube, I usually do an outro bit, but I feel like we've had an outro bit for a while. If this makes it to YouTube, it is because Jin is such a true hero. Whereas Fresh Melon is now banned from Bronze League Heroes for the foreseeable future. Like, it's such a, I'm so torn. Like, this is obviously not, Fresh Melon is not a Bronze League hero, but Jin so much is. 1 hour mark, here I come. You know Winter, Fresh Melon, WinterStarcraft. I haven't played for long, huh? Let's see if Fresh Melon will provide some more information for us. I don't know any StarCraft terms. I know Loco. Yikes. Never mind. I don't know you. Right. It looks like the caps lock key broke. You play a lot. If I played that much, I would be in gold. Still in bronze. SUV charge. Oh no, it's gonna burn. So, I would like, I'm torn, and now, unfortunately, we can't end with a dramatic conclusion. Though, fine. Fresh Melon? Well, if this makes it to YouTube, well, Fresh Melon, you are banned. Unfortunately, didn't provide much direct information. But there will never... If I see Fresh Melon in another replay, I will not watch it. I've just turned it off. Because... And now, obviously, since people submit their own replays, I'm not just picking random ones, people are going to know about Bronze League heroes. But it's different. It's different. That fresh melon is pretty rotten, I gotta say. But gin... Gin is a real bronze league.